Hello everyone, I am Dr. Anil Shirati, a professor and consultant. So today I will be giving you a brief introduction of design for manufacturing subject of VTU that is having a code of 17ME744. Okay. So what is the objective of this course or this subject is to educate the students on the factors to be considered in designing parts and component with focus on manufacturability. Next, to expose the students to dimensional tolerances, geometrical tolerances, and true position tolerances technique in manufacturing. To impart the knowledge on design consideration for designing components produced using various machining operation like turning, drilling, milling, and grinding. And the last one, that is to educate the student on design rules and recommendations for processes like casting, welding, forging, powder metallurgy, injection molding. So the main objective of this course is to teach you, once you do a CAD model, how you can create a production drawing or what parameters you should consider right from the dimensional tolerance point of view, geometrical tolerance point of view, from assembly point of view, depends upon the process what you are taking or machine on which you want to work to get that product done. So why this subject is so much important? If you see number of single parts in few of the components in piano, there is more than 12,000 individual parts. If I make it slightly more complicated, in case of a car, there are more than 15,000 single parts. Let's go to more complicated. This is a transport plane, okay, so which is used to transport mainly for the military purpose, where we are transporting small helicopters or vehicles or soldiers, okay, tanks. So it contains more than 40 lakh parts. Okay, so I'm only dealing with the single parts. Okay, 40 lakh single parts, right? Now if you consider the Boeing 747, it is having more than 60 lakh single parts. Okay, so what you mean by this is, see, all these parts may be produced by different manufacturing, okay, maybe using a different manufacturing process at different part of the world, okay, and then they are assembled at one place or one or two places. So what should happen, the tolerance should be maintained across the globe, across the all the manufacturing process, okay, so during assembly you should not have problems. So this what we will be learning in this subject. Now if you consider elements of any manufacturing uh, cost of a product, it can be divided into three parts. Okay, one is the component cost, another is the assembling cost, and another is overhead cost. So in components, standard components or customized component. For a simple example, let's say I want to use a nut and bolt arrangement in my assembly component. So if I use a standard nut and bolts, for example, I may using M20 nuts, M20 bolts. So what will happen? This will be standard. The cost will come down. Okay, but if I use let's say M19.8, in that case, what happens? I have to get a customized raw material, process it, do all the tooling. Okay, and then do the manufacturing. So if anything happens at the customer place, again I have to remanufacture that nut and bolt and send it. But if it is a standard nut and bolt, we can go to any of the shops, buy that and simply change it. So that's why if I have to reduce the manufacturing cost, I have to go for standard components wherever possible. Next is the assembly. See, any assembly consists of two costs. One is the labor cost, next is the equipment and tooling cost. Okay. Now you have to create the components such that it will have very easy to assemble. Okay. Now in this case also, what we saw in the component, if I'm using all M20 bolts, nuts and bolts, it will be very fast for labor to do the assembly. Also equivalent equipment and tooling will get reduced. A single M20 spanner will work for the complete uh, assembly operation. So I don't have to carry one M10, M12, M16, so many spanners. Okay, in a single spanner will work for everything. So this will be also helpful when we are going on the site also. Next is the overhead. Overhead cost consists of two parts. One is the supporting staff and is the indirect allocation. So what it means is the supervision part should be as low as possible. So because of that, suppose I have 20 machines and 20 workers are working on that. If the parts design is such a simple that a single supervisor can handle all 20 people. But if the part is more complicated, for every operation the supervisor has to go on each machine. Okay, so at the end of the day I may have to appoint 2 or 3 supervisors if I need a more production. Okay, so that's why the overhead cost design should see to that the overhead cost will get reduced. Now there are two definitions, okay, which are very important: design for manufacturing and design for assembly. Now what do you mean by design for manufacturing? It is concerned with reducing overall part production cost. Okay, we have this can be done by minimizing the complexity of manufacturing and use of common access and common processes. Okay, and this is mainly concentrating from manufacturing point of view of each component. Now when you are designing the component, you also should consider whether it can be assembled at a faster rate. Okay, that is design for assembly. It is concerned with reducing the product assembly cost. Okay, so minimize the number of parts and complexity for assembly operation. Individual part may be more complex, it is fine. Okay, but when they go towards assembly, they should be very simple. Right? Next, this is a simple example of Ratsile assembly of Texas Instruments. So you can see in the before assembly, in this simple part, so many springs are there. Okay, so almost 9 springs. This assembly, you can see here so many holes and other things. So you can imagine how much time it will take to manufacture so parts. Okay, cost is increasing. Now after the redesign, you can see it became so simple. Okay, so not only the manufacturing cost has reduced, number of parts for assembly has reduced. So even the assembly time and the labor cost is also decreased heavily. Next, this is one more example. So you can see the art of manufacturing. So they have maintained such a high tolerance in this one. Okay, so I'll just run the video. So you can see these two parts are manufactured separately and now they are assembling. Okay, so now you can see here there is no gap only. You cannot see the gap. If there is a gap, you can see a simple single line. So you can see here also. See, no gap at all. So you can imagine the amount of tolerance for go and no go gauges they have maintained. This is the third example. Yeah. So if you want to manufacturing like this tolerance, you need also very high-end machine. Okay. So this is a 6-axis machine. So you can see here tolerance 0.001 and 0.002. So you can see here on the top part, the tolerance is the die is 19.9985, and this one is 20.0004. Okay, so 0.04 microns. Right. Now let's go to the module wise. So the first module will be dealing with the major phases of the design. Okay, what are the effects of material property on the design? What are the effect of manufacturing process? How you do the material selections, and the basics of tolerance will be taught in this module. Module 2 will be selective assembly side, mainly dealing with interchangeable parts manufacturing and selective assembly. Okay. In this case, we will be also learning true position theory, comparison between two coordinates and true position method for feature location, gauges, functional gauges, etc. Okay. In the third module, we will be dealing with datum features. Now, these datum features are important when you are doing the casting operation. Okay. So, where I have to define the datum, all this and component design using drilling, milling, keyways, all this will be taught in module 3. Module 4 will be mainly dealing with what are the tolerance you have to give when you are doing any casting operation for patterns, molds, where should be the parting line, all these stuffs will be taught in module 4. And also what are the when you are doing any welding, what are the things you have to consider. Okay, that case study also will be given in this module 5. Now in this module 5 you will be dealing with a lot of case studies related to the forging, okay, related to powder metallurgy and injection molding requirements. Fine. So once you go through all this module, uh, we expect you to be have a good knowledge of design for manufacturing. So these are the few test books we are referring, and also few of the reference books are mentioned here. Now at the end of the course, you can describe the different types of manufacturing system and compare their suitability for economic production of various components and products, identify factors and causing mechanism of defects likely to occur with different manufacturing process in producing mechanical product and the relevant design approach to rectify them. Okay. Select a proper material manufacturing process for designing the product and component by applying relevant principle for ease and economic production. So what it means is, let's say I have designed one X product. When you go through all this complete modules, you will come to know which method I can use. Now again, you can consider cost. Again, also you can consider time. If cost is not a problem, you can go for a die casting even for a one part. If cost is a problem, okay, then you have to go for simple operation, and it may take more time. So all these feature, what are the tolerances needed, where I can give one tolerance, where I cannot give more tolerance, where I can give free tolerance, very high tolerance. For example, if you are making a patterns using wood, you can give tolerance in 1 or 2 mm. Okay, but if you are going on CNC, you need around 10 microns to even 1 micron tolerance. If you are going for lapping, it will come in light band, roughly equal to 1 microns. Okay, so all this you will have an idea once you go through this course. So if you have any questions, you can email me or even you can text me. So from next session onwards, we will start with the subject. Thank you everyone.